Hey guys, I'm Alaska and welcome to XDE RSS3 League Round 3. The reason we are starting off at Round 3 is because there are two races in a single round, a feature and a reverse grid, and I am yet to finish a reverse grid race. So it wouldn't have made sense to just cover one race in a round.
Oh no, I'm just driving the
Alright, good luck
These are the
everyone.
standings until this point. As you can see, Aston is leading the championship with 64 points, having gotten two first places last race. I am situated 18 points behind him, so I've got to score some good points compared to him in this race.
Remember, it's a safe
Shut up!
standing start.
That was Aston, you could hear in the background.
Yeah.
The race is about to start. 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Aston gets a really good start. He's already side by side with Theo. I get a really good start too, so I'm not really threatened by any of them. Aston gets P2 in to the first corner. He gets really close to my gearbox through that right-hander, so I have to go a little deep. But it's all good. We got off really good. Theo is falling a bit behind Aston. Roy is talking about some accident, maybe he tabbed someone or he got tabbed by someone. But it doesn't matter because there is no safety car and we continue on with the race. I go a little bit wide there to get a good run up to cops, so Aston could even try to stick a wheel down the inside. Alright, so far so good. We're going to be heading through cops. It's really hard to judge that corner with race fuel on lap 1. And through Maggots and Beckett. We're going to... Oh, and I had a bit of a moment through there. And we're going to be heading to the Hangar Straight. By the way, the DRS was a bit faulty in the first race, the feature race. So we couldn't use it during the race. And we're going to be heading into the last chicane. Aston isn't really threatening us through there. And through the last corner for the first lap of the race. Through the first corner, through the second corner, and the hard braking zone, which I completely missed. But
Don't
Simon
overtake,
chimes in
keep your
with a
speed
safety car. There was an incident at the back
150 kilometers
with
an hour.
2
30.
or more cars. So you can hear me say
130.
correct Simon,
So
who's had 150 instead of 130 kph under a safety
that
car.
gains me some places back, but fuck me, I don't know what happened.
So
Fucking hell.
we skip over to the safety car ending. I decide the pace because I am the leader.
pace.
We go through the chicane and
Overtake
we get
50
tapped
laps.
from Aston,
Safety
who
car.
complains
Safety car
about
is
his
continued.
monitor lagging.
Safety car is continued, don't restart.
You can hear Simon say that safety car is continuing. So I'm not going to spin around that fast to conserve the tires.
Wait.
Aston
Don't overtake
immediately
me.
asks
I'm in the pits.
if I can go back to my original space in P1.
That's fine.
You can hear Aston.
Simon, what do you think?
Saying
I
sorry.
saw that it wasn't his fault.
was a racing
so
incident.
I think he should return to
It wasn't his fault.
his
He
original
lagged.
place.
And it's all good because
There's
there's a safety
Yes.
car and I get to go back to my original place.
Alaska was part.
So, safety car again.
No, I mean, if you absolutely spaz the wheel out, you can, but it's just not
As you
safe.
can see,
Yeah, but
I
you
have
have to change the
50-degree tires, which isn't really good because the optimal temperature for the medium is like
Safety car
80.
is in this lap. Leader decides the place.
It gets a bit buggy during safety cars because of the speed. Okay, no worries.
As you can see me
If
try
it doesn't
to
work
warm the
otherwise,
tires
right,
desperately.
We'll figure it out.
When am I going to go? When am I going to? And I got off really good. Aston falls behind by half a second, which is considered pretty good. The safety car has ended. We are on lap 4, I think. Yes. And I'm trying to keep Aston behind. Cannot make a single mistake. You can see Theo trying to pressure Aston. Still no DRS. Because
Yeah,
it
I
was
didn't get a
faulty.
message.
Aston can confirm. This is the end of lap 5, going into lap 6. Through the fast right-hander, it did have to live because my tires are a bit worn out by lap 6. In the test runs, we concluded that the mediums could last up to 8 laps, but that was max. So we knew that during a race it wouldn't go as far, but because there are safety cars it could last a bit longer. But we concluded that 2-stop would be a good strategy,
Safety car.
but because there's a safety
my
car,
God.
Overtake.
And I just went over the fucking pit lane.
you can hear me complain about
Or
that
is it
I
gonna overtake you?
went over pit lane so I couldn't pit because it's lap
You're
7
not
and
that
So are we
This would have
slowing
been
down
perfect.
to
Yeah.
let Simon go?
I could have
now?
went onto the hards for a free pit stop, but it's fine. We
normal.
continue.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
still
sorry
on
about that,
P1.
Tyler.
Behind me is
I've got a pit.
So what's the speed
Tom
limit?
Norris,
100.
who is a
Wait,
really
wait.
good driver, so I'm probably going to get
Okay,
pressured by
okay.
him on my worn tires. I don't know if he has pitted
You
yet.
can catch up, nice.
I can see Simon taking the lead there as the
Is
safety
everyone
car.
caught up?
Almost.
Let's see, not now.
I'm fit and haven't needed call.
The
We'll see after the hunger straight. Up to the leader now.
You could have went into
You
the
can
pits.
see Simon going to the
I
left
didn't want
so
to
to
block
not
him.
block people going into the pits
Okay.
as I should have done. I didn't think it through. And as you can see, Aston is behind me again, and I get a really big moment there.
Oh my god.
And Aston goes over the curb, has a big moment there. He was literally in the air. He had airtime.
Me.
So I'm safe again. Seagam is
Alaska,
behind
the
me.
same thing happened to you, didn't it?
Yep.
Put your
That
foot
was my
down, I just
Discord
slid. I put my foot
notification.
down and I was fine, and then I turned and then I slid.
Yeah, Aston had a bit of a moment there. You can hear me say that I fucked up. Should have pitted. My tires are absolutely gone. Seagam has already pitted.
Just pray for another safety
As you
car.
can see me set the compound to hard because I want to do the one stop. Because there was no other way I could get onto the podium. Seagam makes a big mistake. He locks up
I've been involved with both of them so far, so
in the
we'll see.
chicane. And you can see
tyres
Theo is
fucked me.
behind me.
Yeah,
He's on
fucking hell.
fresh mediums. He started on the hards, I think. You can see me trying to go defensive. He doesn't use DRS because it's not enabled. The race directors made a mistake. You can see me let him through. Didn't try to defend because I knew I couldn't. And you can see me going into the pits. Yeah, the strategy wasn't really good during a feature race.
We were so lucky there, weren't we?
So we're going to pit at lap 8. If you count, that's a lot of laps for the hards to go. 11 to be exact. And looking back, it wasn't a really good choice to go onto the hards. Should have done 6 laps on mediums again, and then 5 laps on the hards to cap it off, because the hards were working really good for the first couple of laps. You can see me catching up to Tyler, who is a really good driver. Could have won the first or second race, I don't remember, but he got a penalty, so he didn't. You can see me catching up to Bob Norris now because Tyler jumped ahead of him. I'm going to be stuck behind Bob Norris for 3 laps, which which wasn't very good because I had to keep up with him. And my tires were wearing out really quick, so I had to get ahead of him. But I couldn't because there were no good opportunities, because I didn't dare to. And I didn't want to destroy the tires because I still needed to go 8 laps on these tires. We are going to right left-hander into the right-hander. Tyler makes a mistake. Bobners could go for a move to cops, but he's not that type of person to do that. So he just sticks behind. Tries to force a defensive move, but Tyler reads the feint. Through Maggots and Beckett. I'm gaining on Norris.
They just
I
went
mean
through.
Bob. You can see me going side by side through Maggots and Beckett's. Couple of laps later,
Safety car go on?
Sorry,
Yep.
I misclicked.
I
Oh,
couldn't go
shit.
side by side because I wasn't that
Guys,
far ahead.
everybody turn
And
your
Tyler
DRs off.
spins,
Oh yeah, please do that.
Please,
and
please
Theo
do.
is
Nobody
approaching
will
behind
make
while
any
I'm
complaints
trying to
whatsoever.
hunt down Bob Norris. He goes defensive,
Fucking murder themselves.
No comment.
has a bit of a moment there,
Yeah, the
but he
mediums
makes
are
it through. 4 times behind, can't use DRS. I almost have him from behind, but it was all calculated.
Film
Get a
finish.
really good run up through this
Did not make
straight.
it for all that.
You can see my tires are already worn out.
Tried to make it
I
four
have
more
to
laps.
make Bob Norris
did
make a
happen.
mistake, or my race
I
is
would love to
ruined.
see it happen.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
As you can see, Theo approaching on
fresh.
fresher tires. My tires are almost completely gone, and Bob Norris, I have no idea what happened there. He just went off the circuit, and I'm in P1 with Theo approaching.
I've really just
My
gone through
championship
the
rival. Fast forward
Like, I
a
switched them
couple of
and I
laps.
gained like a damn second.
Both my
Not
rear
a joke,
tires
by
are
the way.
very worn out. My left
Second
front is
and a
almost
half up.
completely dead. It just turned yellow. And Theo is fast approaching. He's on fresh mediums, I think. He went medium, hard, medium. I went medium, hard. Just not working out. There's still 4 laps. 3 laps.
Oh my, I might actually be able to make it.
And I'm gonna be really tight on tires. I'm already oversteering. I have to brake into a lot of flat out corners, which is losing me a lot of time. But through that fast left-hander, I almost cut the corner there, almost went onto the grass. I have a bit of a moment there, but I catch it. I'm already down 8 tenths on my delta. The tires are completely dead. My rear left is red. Can hear me sighing there, knowing that I'm going to have to give up the position. The next couple of corners went a bit wide through cops, which lost me time. I'm also slow through Maggots and Beckets because I have to lift, so I don't oversteer. You can see me lose another second just through Maggots and Beckets.
Still no message
And
on
it's
DRS,
still
so
the
I really
same.
should have one.
Letting through Theo, but I'm fighting back a little, just to force him to make a mistake, but he doesn't. I wanted him to crash himself out, but it didn't happen. Or maybe cause a safety car, so the race ends under a safety car, but it didn't happen. He gets a really good overtake, and I went wide through there because my tires are completely gone, and there are still 2 laps of the race. Aston is
I
approaching
don't
too.
get how Alaska and Aston are still on podium positions, because that shouldn't work.
It's
It
not.
isn't. It's absolutely not.
As you can hear me say, it's not working out.
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
but neither should Aston. I don't care what you mean
Aston's
about
tires are
starting
still
on hard,
pushing.
none of that
He's
should
on
work.
medium because he had to start on the hards because
I lost a second in 2 corners.
his
for
wheel
fuck's
didn't
sake.
have working arrows, so he couldn't change the presets.
I mean, my front right is still good.
You can hear me saying
Yeah,
my
mine
front
usually
right is
front
still
yellow
good, it's still
scores.
green, but
Too
all my
bad that
other
there are
tires
no
are
right
red.
turns on this fucking track.
Yeah, there are no
Oh,
left
Alaska,
turns
a
on
few
this
more
track,
corners,
that's
I reckon I
awesome.
could have given you a dive bomb.
Yeah,
the
Aston, but
fuck
there are
up.
no
That would have ended well.
more corners.
Two
No,
people
I'm right on his ass now.
trying to dive down the inside.
And through the final
My
corner,
rear left
we
was
bring
nearly
home a
empty.
P2 podium finish.
Alright.
Aston right
Holy
behind us.
shit, that was good.
That gained us a couple of points.
I binned it another time, which
As you can hear Theo say that his tires could have
put
went
my
5 another
target
laps,
down to
and
55.
Aston crashes into him.
Well done to you.
And that ends
Hey,
That
our
was a good recovery drive. I'm sorry
first
for
feature
binning-
race.
I'm sorry for binning you earlier.
In the next video, I'm going to show you the reverse grid race as well. So, see you guys next time.